This episode of Says Who is brought to you by you through your support of our Patreon at patreon.com/sayswho. That's our Patreon, where pretty much every Sunday you can do this all over again in a little half an hour shorter, looser version that we call the Town Watch. That's available to you if you give it the $5 or $10 a month level. That $10 a month level also gets you a sticker in the mail every time you give it that level. It's a brand new sticker every month because you become a member of the Says Who Sticker Club. Everyone's a banger. You just got to sign up. You got to let it roll. It's an amazing surprise every month. It's a little joy in your mailbox. What a great idea. Patreon.com/sayswho.
Really selling it there, Dan.
Just trying.
All right, Dan, books, etc. But today I have something different.
Okay.
Totally different money grab. But this donation fucks fascists, and I would like to tell you about it.
Yeah.
One of my closest friends runs an organization. She's the executive director of it's called Assista. And what they do is help people that, say, are immigrants or may not have documentation and are survivors of domestic violence or sexual assault or human trafficking. These are the people who don't know if they can go to an emergency room or call 911 to get help. Assista is there for them. They really need funds. My friend, she's very sensitive to, I know how hard she's working, and she's like, she doesn't like it being talked about how hard she works because she feel that anything that she does is like reflect, she's like the survivors or who are going through it. But let me tell you, these people are working to keep the lights on.
I love it.
And they have a donor that will match up to $20,000. So I have started a fundraiser. Like, you can start a fundraiser on their page just by adding a page. And I'm trying to help them raise $20,000 is the goal. More would be great. I've put it up on my Blue Sky, but I'll be sending it out. I'll put it on the Says Who, the Facebook page.
Yep.
And I'll also be sending out a newsletter. But basically, like, any amount of money you give just magically doubles, basically.
That is awesome.
And they really need it. Like, they really need to keep the lights on. They are very, very much in the crosshairs of the new administration. There's already been a lot of very chilling effect on the work they're trying to do. So your money truly works so hard and helps keep people alive against people who are desperately trying to take organizations like this down. Like, these people are truly like working to keep the lights on. Like I said, this donation fucks fascists. To Assista, if you go on my Blue Sky or on the Facebook group or a newsletter I'm going to send out, I will basically just keep posting it everywhere. I have not posted on Instagram in over a month since the election. I basically shut down. We'll get there. But I'll be posting it everywhere because I believe this is an achievable amount of money to raise for them. So let's go.
Let's do it. There are also books of which Maureen has many and plenty. And if you would like to order on the internet and not support the giant conglomerates, you can always go to kickbezosintheballs.org. That is our own little bookshop. I ordered all of my holiday books and gifts that were book shaped from there this time.
Wow.
And it's great. It's great.
I was just shopping on there today.
There you go.
To get people some stuff. I was like, well, I need books.
Yeah.
I hate fascists.
Exactly.
How can I make these things go together?
You can go to Kick Bezos. I'm like sitting on a little bouncy stool right now.
He's bouncing up and down. He's adorable.
kickbezosintheballs.org. And if you are buying things on the internet, you can always go to merch.sayswhopodcast.com. That is our own little merchandise store. Also, I would love to send you over to shop.dansinker.com, which started this year with one patch and now has many patches and also t-shirts and sticker sheets and everything else. And I would love if you did a little shopping over there too. But most importantly, go on and give to Maureen's crew.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad, but if you're ever going to give money, no, but seriously, like, asking people for money, this is a hard time. People don't have a lot, like, money's hard to come by right now. But here, just so you know, like, these people will not just take your dollar and like put it into like fancy, like sometimes you get mailings from charities and you're like, why did you send me a blanket? Like, that's too much money.
Yeah.
Like, you should be using it for the animals or for whatever.
Yeah.
They really are like, if you give them $1, they'll be like, let's go use this dollar. I love organizations that are like, you gave us $1, we're going to turn this dollar into spaghetti. You gave us $1, we're going to turn this dollar into like protecting these people. So, I can personally vouch for them. Also, can charity advise? You'll see like on the thing that they have super high charity advice. They're like the 4-star charity.
Yeah.
It's all, they got all that good stuff.
Do it.
If you can.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, I don't want.
That's sort of implied.
Or, if you can't, if you could share the link.
Yeah.
I don't, you can just re-sneak that. It don't cost nothing.
Re-sneak that.
Half tempted to go to Twitter and put it up, but nah, I can't.
Nah, don't.
Can you use the fascist machine to fuck fascists?
Nah, it doesn't work that way.
You're right. God damn it. Well, Dan, it's here.
Yes.
It's time. It's time for us to do the review of 2024. All right. You've just raised your eyebrows. You're sinking lower. What's happening? You're literally, I'm having trouble seeing your beard. It's going down. Dan.
I don't remember anything about 2024.
That's gotta be a problem.
Yeah.
This time I got a little head shake, like, whoa.
Yeah. I kind of lulled myself into a sense of feeling tired.
Yeah, I feel that. To Says Who.
There we are.
Dan, energy up, my friend.
I'll get there.
What's our radio show nickname? Something in the buckets? What?
Lady Big Buckets and the fart.
Oh, and the fart. Oh, that's right. That's right. You'll bring that energy.
I'll bring that energy.
To Says Who, the podcast waiting. Is not a podcast.
It's a coping strategy. I am Dan Sinker.
And I'm Maureen Johnson.
Maureen Johnson, I literally walked in the door, came downstairs, and turned on my various recording bits and pieces. I had just come from Target, where we sort of did a supermarket sweep style holiday shop.
For the little one?
And the teen and, all points in between. Right. So, but it was, it was one of those things where we're like, oh, we should just run over there. And then next thing you know, we're like, the cart is full. Well, good. It's good. But feel like my transition into this is not quite there, but it's happening. This is it, Maureen. This is our last episode of 2024. Because next Wednesday is Christmas Day, and spoiler alert, we're not recording an episode. And then the next time you hear from us, it will be the new year. We will have a very special New Year's Day episode. But this is it. This is 2024.
Dan, I just want to tell you something in terms of holiday. There's been a little bit holiday shopping here.
Yeah.
So my friend wrote to me. I'm always like asking her, like, what can I get for your kids? And she said, my daughter is really into planners right now.
Oh.
And let me tell you, I sat up straight.
Yeah.
I put my shoulders back.
Yeah.
I said, what do you need? And then she said, I thought you might know or be able to find a good planner for her.
Oh, no.
And I said, I accept this challenge. And Dan?
Yeah.
How
old is this poor child?
She is 11. Oh, no, she's 11.
Okay.
And she's really, because she said she's obsessed with this. She found like a printable planner pages pack.
Okay.
It's all like the charts with the swirly handwriting.
Uh-huh.
Like that font that Akila says, like, this font is racist, but I can't tell you why that font.
100%. Yeah.
But she's obsessed with these. And I was like, we can do better. Oh, we can do better.
Oh no, this poor child.
It was it was like a little, because I wasn't doing it for me. I've decided to
Right.
go planner free in 2025.
Oh, okay.
All I have is this.
Maureen is holding up.
My,
It's just your little. It's like a Moleskine or whatever.
it's the same one I've been, it's just the normal old. Been using it for over a year now. Just got lists in it, checklists and shit.
Wait, you're able to make that last for over a year?
Yeah.
Wow. I
Well,
can get 3 months in mine.
Dan, if you are also running like 20 other pseudo planners, you can make them last a long time.
I guess that's true.
But I went on this wonderful journey. And I eventually decided, I got her this. You get the custom made, like, so her name is in it.
Okay.
So it's like, you're blank, this is your year. And like, you fill in, like, it's for kids and it has her name throughout and it'll have pictures of her in it. Like, you could just upload pictures.
Wow.
So it's like, there's a little trophy wall and there's little pictures of her in there. And, it'll mark her birthday and sure, her name will be on the cover.
Wow.
So yeah, it's very easy for them to print. You just fill in the blanks and then they print it up. But I liked it. It was very positive. It was about, here's a little page for your feelings and pages for your goals and achievements, but like very kid friendly.
Well, that's awesome.
It was like a beautiful excursion for me. And I
like
threw
a trip
away
down memory lane.
You know that green planner that looks like a railway thing?
Yeah, the big ledger looking book.
It has gone into the recycling bin.
That's great.
Empty. One page filled out.
I think somebody could probably fact check you here, because I'm pretty sure you made claims over this last year to have put things in it.
Yeah, but it was the same page.
Perfect.
So I mean, yeah, it turns out I just want this notebook.
And that's because it's extremely flexible.
Yeah, and you just have to carry the one thing, and you can just beat it up, and it doesn't matter. And
yeah, I burned through one of those in 3 months. But that's because basically every day is one page, because I do like kind of the listy stuff, but on that same page, then I will do a sort of a day reflection at the end of the day.
Mine it's a lot of checklists. It's a lot of like, just, this is like Christmas stuff. And then there's some aborted attempts at months. November is the funniest.
Yeah.
This year is November. Hold on. I'm looking for November. When I tried to reset November, I was like, here's all my plans for November. And this was like, let's like everything I need to do or want to do in November. And then there's this section here that says what actually happened.
November.
Yeah. So let's talk about 2024 and what happened to our brains.
Yeah.
2024, Dan. You remember 2024, that thing that we're in now, 2024?
I mean, the thing that's slightly disturbing to me is how little I do remember. Like, at some point my brain hit the eject pod on this year. I remember being at Disney. I remember that. I don't remember much before. I really don't. It's all a blur.
I know I traveled. Let's see. I traveled a bunch. Let's see. What happened? I'm going to just use my calendar to try to figure out what the fuck happened. What the fuck happened? I think I was gone. I think we were in Mexico early in the year.
Yeah. That was this year?
Yeah. Yeah, I was in Mexico. I think in January. It's not actually in the calendar, but I know I was there.
It's good. Maybe it was a different year. Who knows? Who knows?
I was in France. I was working on a book.
Oh, right.
Scorpion fell in my head. I see a bunch of notes about Oscar going to another country. That was with the job.
Yeah.
June 1st came and the job exploded. Then we were in the UK. Then August came. My book came out on the 6th, and I immediately got COVID. Because
Yeah.
I had picked up COVID in the UK.
Yeah.
I traveled through a lot of August. September, I was still basically traveling.
Like this is you've tuned into Maureen Looks at Her Calendar.
I'm just trying to, if I can remember where I was, I can figure out what happened. But really, here's what I remember.
Yeah.
I remember turning in a book one day in July.
Mm-hmm.
And then, because I remember there were two things associated with, let's see if I can remember, two events associated with me turning in books. One, I turned in a book and it was this brutally hot July day.
Okay.
Because then I was down in Pennsylvania and I was standing at the grill just sweating my balls off.
Oh, right. Is that the time that you called me for grill advice?
Maybe. And then Trump got shot.
Right. That's right. That happened. It really is shocking to me how much this year is sort of all a smudgy blur.
Yes. And then something else happened when I turned in
I guess the second time he didn't actually get shot at, but there were two different people that tried to go and
that's right,
take that guy out.
There was a second one.
Yeah, there was a second one. How to say this in a delicate manner? As we are coming out of a news cycle where a guy killed the CEO of
Big
United
year for
Healthcare.
assassins? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, big year for assassins. Absolutely. Real like late 1800s energy to the year in that capacity. But we know a shit ton about Luigi Mangione.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember the name of the two people that tried to kill Donald Trump, let alone know anything about them or their motivations.
All we know is that that guy that tried to shoot Trump. So it was a brutally hot summer day. We were getting into. We knew there was election coming, and we're like, boy, this election is going to be so hard, but we're going to get through it. Yeah, it's going to be Biden versus Trump, and Biden will probably win, but it'll just be, kind of gross. We were just so innocent and sloppy.
Just a bunch of dumb babies.
We were a bunch of dumb babies. We didn't know nothing about nothing. No. We were gross. And there we were, the Biden versus... Okay, let's be us in mid-July 2020. Hey, Dan, so it looks like, so we're gearing up for election season.
Yeah, it's going to be another.
Oh, Dan,
Biden versus Trump.
So who do you think's good, Dan? Who do you think's going to win? Who do you think's going to win?
I think it's going to be close. Probably,
right, okay, but
I
seriously,
guess Biden. I don't know.
You don't know.
Unless something like real crazy happens, I think it'll probably be Biden.
No, Dan, we're just going to slog on, it's just going to, okay.
It's a real slog. I'm finding it really hard to get invigorated about it.
Then.
Yeah.
Someone shoots at Trump.
Yeah.
And he gets the bloody ear and he raises his fists to the air and says, and now there's a poster that says fight. And you and I just texted each other the word fuck.
Yeah. I was actively unhitching a trailer in Gothenburg, Nebraska when I was inside checking the air conditioning. This was actually the night that the air conditioning broke.
This sounds like a weird band song. I was actively unhitching it.
And Janice came to the door and was like, and then almost immediately I got a text from you.
Fuck.
Yeah. But yeah, that didn't feel great.
That guy crawled up to the roof in front of every cop in Butler, Pennsylvania.
In front of and on top of. They were also inside the building.
Right. They were inside the building. He was up, just
Yeah.
don't mind me. Don't mind me or my long raised rifle.
Yeah. Like dressed like Elmer Fudd in like a bunny hunting cartoon. Do 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 do.
So that happened.
Yeah.
Then we geared up for the debate. When was the debate, Dan? When was the great debate? That was the summer because it had happened in July. Like by the time we were in the UK, it had happened.
The debate had happened prior to the shooting.
Prior?
The debate was in June. Yeah.
Oh, in my
the
memory.
debate was in June. So yeah.
Boy.
So the debate was in June. The drumbeat for Biden to withdraw had already begun at this point.
Mm-hmm. So
And then
let's reset that clock then. Remember when we watched that debate together? That's maybe where 2024 begins for us, Dan. Watching
I think
that
that's
together.
when my brain started actively jettisoning memories.
Maybe, because at that point it may have, the way I see it, my brain has been getting smoother and smoother as the year goes on in an attempt to let information seep into the creases.
Yeah.
And I think the unsmoothing started, we sat down, again, like two dumb babies. We watched that debate together. I was like, this will be a good laugh.
Thursday, June 27th, 2024.
Okay, Dan, let's rewind to Thursday, June 27th.
Yeah.
Us getting ready. So, Dan, what do you think this debate's going to be like?
I think it's going to be okay. I think it's going to go all right. I think,
What do you think Trump's going to do? What do you think Trump's going to do?
I don't really want to watch it because I don't really like either of these guys, but I think I don't think Trump's going to do very well.
Oh, wait a minute. Who are you turning into right now?
I totally just turned into the
drive-through kid.
Drive-through kid.
Hey, drive-through kid, what do you think's going to happen in this debate?
Voice. I think people have figured
this out. That's not true. You have, you got Rudy.
I have the drive-through kid and I have Rudy, but Rudy is just the drive-through kid much louder.
He's the grown-up version of the drive.
That's it. That's all I've got.
There are two paths.
I just have this voice. But if you go loud, it's that. See?
What about you at a barbecue?
No, that's sort of the same. It's all basically the same.
You went to the barbecue.
But yeah.
Okay, all right. That day it begins. And we watched in real time.
Yeah.
From the very first second, you and I just stared at it. We were showing video that night?
No, we were watching the video, but we were not recording the video.
It's good because our faces were pretty.
It was horrified. Just seeing him walk out onto the stage, we suddenly knew that the jig was up.
Yeah. That was the first. Oh boy, that was.
Yeah.
Okay. So then we started the descent.
Yeah.
In June.
Yeah.
We got to the shooting. Then Biden gets COVID.
That's right. I believe the precise order of things was the shooting, the Republican National Convention. Mm-hmm. Partway through that, Joe Biden gets COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then this was so unsustainable. Then suddenly,
yeah.
And I remember because I was in England when this happened. I very vividly remember sitting in my in-laws' living room, watching this and saying something like, "Okay, all right, wow, they actually did something functional."
Yeah. So this was all the same trip. So we were on our way out to Colorado with our trailer when he was shot, and we were on our way back from Colorado with our trailer. We were stopped at a rest stop, and the teen had stayed in the car and got back to the car, and he was like, Biden just dropped out. And I was like, what?
Yeah. This was
and
a
then
real
I
life
think I
comes at you
texted
fast
you
week.
again.
Yeah. So then within 24 hours, they let all these smart kids out of the basement who completely flipped everything around. Suddenly Trump was weird. It was a brat summer.
Yeah.
They were ruling on TikTok. They had it going.
There was a whole coconut tree thing.
They were doing a great job.
Yeah, they were.
And we thought, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Something interesting is happening here.
Yeah. Every poll flipped on its head.
Yeah. And then we were kind of riding along. And then after about a month, They said, okay, kids,
Yeah.
thanks for stepping into the fray.
The adults in the room are here.
We'll take it
We
from
got this. We know what we're doing.
Now, we're going to stop all of this like Trump is weird stuff that people have found really effective and reflects their feelings.
Yeah.
We're going to start bringing in all these Republican talking points. We're just going to lean right. We're going to bring Liz Cheney in.
Yep. We're gonna covet and promote a Dick Cheney endorsement.
Yeah, we're going for that. Let's go.
Those cool channels that you've created that the kids seem really into. We're gonna push things like endorsed by Reagan's cabinet.
Yeah. And we thought,
yeah,
and then
this doesn't feel great.
It was like having a slow leak. Just
yeah.
We moved slowly, listlessly
Polls went from leading to even.
Yeah. And we thought, because of some sense of self-preservation, that surely, maybe, because we just couldn't really comprehend the alternative.
Gonna squeak it out. This isn't going to be a blowout anymore, but it'll be a squeaker.
Then I went to Philly the week before the election.
Yeah.
Because they were drilling. And I saw thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of Trump signs.
Yeah.
And all the Harris signs had either been stolen or defaced.
Yeah, perfect.
And then I got in a fucking fight.
Yeah, happens.
With a Trump gang that had appeared on the street. And I thought, what is this? What's this? What's going on with this? We got roving gangs now. And then, Dan, I remember it so vividly. The beautiful blue sky, that weird surprise feeling that this magical pocket, this world could be contained in this inside of Los Angeles.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem possible. It defies the laws of physics. And
it's
yet
true.
There it was. And you and I, Janice, Oscar, the tiny boy, walked through Disneyland together. We rode right, and nothing could stop us now. Nothing can stop us now. I don't know how. Is echoing through my head. We went from the haunted mansion. We got stuck on the haunted mansion. We had that cool rap in the Star Wars land.
Yeah.
And then as the day went on, we were ignoring it, Dan. We were ignoring it. And then we were sitting at that restaurant just as the sun went down, having some kind of nacho situation. And I, as cool as possible, looked at my phone, saw what was going down. My knees buckled. And I said something really slick to you.
Yeah. Like, we have to go record right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I believe that's what it was.
Yeah.
We have to go.
And then
this minute.
After that, there's just sort of a test pattern sound and a standby message that's been running in my brain since then.
Yeah.
I stopped. I looked back. Apparently, I stopped doing stuff on Instagram. Like, I just stopped.
Well, I think the Instagram thing is because you shifted from the Stanley people to your weird wellness cult.
No,
and suddenly, instead of engaging, you were.
No, it was that
watching.
I couldn't bring myself to even record anything about Stanley Cups because I felt like barfing all the time. It was a lot of, and I'm still working with that. There's still a lot of like fighting on the barfing feeling.
Yeah.
But I'm doing a workout program that helps release tension and stress. It's a somatic exercise program that every day you just do a series of simple exercises to help calm your body down.
Okay.
It's been good. It's very simple.
That's good.
This is run on a site called The Workout Witch.
Okay.
I liked it. I bought her a little package, got her a little video set.
All right.
Been doing it every day.
Is she a witch?
She does somatic exercises that help you like release tension. It's very
Okay.
simple movement. It's like it's like very like
That
it's
was a
sort of
weirdly
just,
evasive answer to the question of
I'm
is
not
she a
I don't have to.
witch? All right.
Are you a witch?
No, not a
Okay.
witch.
And here we are on December
I'm a
17th.
wizard.
You look like a wizard.
Can I tell you, I think I've probably told this story a couple of times, but one of the greatest things to ever happen to me in my whole life was walking our dog. This was a number of years ago now. And it was nighttime, and there was a dad crossing the street with two young girls. And the trajectory that I was on with the dog and they were on, we were going to cross. And one of the girls goes, "Daddy, I'm afraid of dogs." And then the other goes, "Daddy, I'm afraid of wizards." And I just laughed and I crossed the street.
He's a friendly wizard, you guys.
Yeah. I'm not gonna subject you to my wizardry, young child,
Punk
if you're
wizard.
afraid.
Dan Sinker, punk wizard.
Yeah. I'll take it.
You look like a wizard,
take it.
and I look like a kind of waterlogged Aubrey Plaza, and together we solve crimes. You know what I mean? Like if you took Aubrey Plaza.
That was a very funny response.
And you just left her in the East River for like a week.
It's like
that's what I look like.
Like the bloated corpse of Aubrey Plaza?
Correct.
That's what you're saying?
Like her face kind of puffs out. That's me. Like the eyes are there, but the head is just like round like a volleyball, you know?
The thing that is weird to me about this year, in addition to really struggling to remember details, is that things that actually happened in this year don't feel like they happened in this year to me. Like it was like halfway through the year that I was wrapping up Ohio. If you asked me when I did that, it would have been like, I don't know, a year or two ago. Or like we were still actively reporting and working on Rebel Spirit until, up until even now. But like
I was going to say, yeah.
That all came out really recently and it feels like forever ago. It's a funny year because for me, like that stuff, those two projects are some of the best work I have done in a very, very long time. And like, but they don't even feel like they happened this year. Like they feel like some other lifetime. Like it really, my brain, and I think there's probably deep set and slightly sad psychological reasons for it, right? But like, I feel like my brain really did just do the like, whoop, just throw it all out quick.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, oh right, that happened. Oh, and this happened. Like other than the fact that we jumped a track into hell, it was a pretty good year for me, at least. I just can't remember that now.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was, I seem to remember like at points thinking things are going really well.
Yeah.
So this is our fault?
Things shouldn't have gone well.
It's just, I think that certainly everyone that I know has had a similar but different psychological reaction.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of you listening will be like, yeah, no, I don't, like we're obviously like we're doing stuff, but I couldn't really 100% tell you what.
Yeah.
Like clearly totally. I see the evidence that I have done it. I just like, I don't remember it. Like
you released how many books this year? Like 7?
I released 1 book.
No, you released 2.
No, I released 1.
2.
I finished Death at Morning House early in the year. It came out in August.
Yeah.
And I wrote the
you've written 2 books this year.
It's not, it's the case, it's the you are the detective.
Is it bound?
Yes.
Is
In
it more
fact,
than
I was
one
just looking at
page?
some of
It's a
the
book.
art is being finished up. The
Yo, I
layouts are
will
coming
I
in.
will hype Maureen Johnson for a second because she won't.
Okay.
When does this thing come
Okay.
out?
It's the fall. I don't know if we have a release date.
I have seen some PDFs. This thing is fucking incredible.
It looks good.
It is your ticket. That thing is punching your fucking ticket.
I like it.
It's incredible.
Yeah, it's a dossier. You get this little dossier. It's like, this is the murder case. You have to solve it. And it's documents, and it's supposed to be like photographs, but the photographs are drawn by Jay Cooper, who drew the murder guide. And is my longtime friend. And we went back and forth. And I think I almost killed him at points because I had to be so precise.
Right.
Because with the murder guide, he could kind of draw whatever. But with this, because they were clues, I had to look at every thing in the picture and be like, that corner of that mantle, it has to, or there's a candle in the back, it can't be lit, or I'm not sure about the edge of that carpet. And this poor guy had to redraw stuff 17,000 times. I don't think he sleeps. I think he just sits up all night smoking.
That's good.
He's my friend Jay is very gentlemanly looking. He's always immaculately dressed. He is a Broadway ad guy. He rakes all these campaigns for Broadway.
Okay.
He basically was Broadway. So he's always working with Broadway people. So he always has Broadway face on. But then he's also an artist and a cartoonist who's just up all night, just smoking and drinking whiskey, going, God damn it, I got to draw this goddamn Maureen does a goddamn, just didn't think that the gown was fucking I have to, because then Jay is very self-correcting. The gown's not diaphanous enough. So then he's recorrecting. And anyway, this thing looks fucking great.
You mentioning the Broadway guy and the Broadway ads. Can I tell you one of my prouder dadding moments of late?
Yes.
Every time we are watching the television or in a place or whatever where there is some sort of Wicked related advertisement or product for sale, of which there are a lot and constant, I turn to the little one and I go, oh, whoa, did you know that movie was coming out? They should tell someone.
Dan, that movie is part of the reason I think I can't figure out what fucking year it is because in months ago, I had seen so much about that movie that I thought it had come out 2 years before.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I was like, Wicked, I don't know, was that out, 2 years ago? Did it come out during COVID? I've seen so much stuff for it, and it wasn't even out yet.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. It is remarkable. But my favorite part, so I did this for a lot, and he would go, eye roll. He would say eye roll.
Right.
But now, we just went to Target the other day. We walked in and there's 8,000 Wicked things. And he turned to me and he went, do you know that movie's coming out? They should tell someone. And he was so proud of himself. And I was so proud of him. Yeah. He did it.
There has also been something recently that I did think that was going to be a little up your street, which is drones.
Yeah.
Everybody's saying they see these drones over New Jersey.
Yeah.
Other places, or is it just New Jersey?
I think it's mostly New Jersey. I'm on a mailing list largely of Chicago-related people. And the other week there was I think I'm seeing drones over Highland Park, Illinois, which is a real fancy, rich place. Also home of where that person shot up that 4th of July parade a few years ago. But it was such a funny juxtaposition of sort of the drones and place that I had to chuckle. But I think it's largely over New Jersey.
I saw that you said on Blue Sky that the drones are the
2024 mystery drones are 2016's clown sightings. And then what really gave me pause was somebody said, which was 2020's fireworks psyops. And I went, whoa, it's true.
My God.
It's all the same.
Yes, Dan, 2024, we close it out. Our last Trump-free year.
I mean, it wasn't even that Trump free. Feels like a
Well,
ripoff.
you know what I'm saying. He's not the
Yes.
president.
True.
Well, this period that I guess we'll refer to as the reprieve question mark.
Oh boy.
That's the part that always gets me.
Yeah.
Every time I thought of it that way, is I was like, oh, the last 4 years were just kind of like you didn't know it, but you were just living in a pause.
Right. The thing that dawned on me pretty early on after the election was like, oh, I smugly was like, you know what? That 4 Trump years is going to be the footnote. But nope, the Biden years are the footnote.
Yeah. So I've been thinking obviously a lot about our commune intentional community.
Yeah.
Researching them, reading another, because I'm also cults come up in the new Stevie Bell book, because finally get all your interests together.
Look at that. Look at that. Hold the phone. New Stevie Bell book.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on now, which I'm describing, and I never do these kind of taglines, but I'm like, it's like the Weston game meets the Manson family. But I'm reading another book about things that turn into cults, because nothing usually starts that way, except this one seems to have, because it's called the Sulvanians.
Okay.
The Sullivan, it's kind of hard to, it's about people that did this Sullivan therapy. It was a type of therapy. It really got kicked off in the 70s.
Okay.
Where it was basically like, okay, you want to do this cool therapy? Here's the deal. You're young and hot. You can come join our therapy. You do this therapy. You'll immediately move in with a bunch of cool people and you'll all have sex with each other.
Yeah.
And there'll be no commitments. You never get married or hook up. And like, if you have children, you immediately get rid of them and you sort of live. Oh, and you have to drink all the time. Like, don't do drugs, but drinking decreases your inhibitions. So your job is to get drunk and hook up with people and constantly party and have sleepovers with each other and like hang out with friends.
Yeah.
100% of the time, we're going to call it therapy. And then eventually after like 5, so that's pretty culty right in. They're like immediately move in and like anybody outside the group is basically a walking zombie and everyone in is like having the best time. And then it turns culty super quick. And then within like 5 years, they're like, we're not a therapy community. We're a theater group.
Sure.
And
why
you
not?
all have to join it. And they got a theater space by going in and beating up the theater company that was already there.
Perfect.
Down on East 4th Street. And they started a theater company. But it was a therapy cult. It was called The Fourth Wall.
Okay.
I don't know if they were. There's apparently a documentary series about it, and I am trying to figure out this morning how to watch it, because it's one of those things like, we made this thing. We will not tell you how to see it.
No, perfect.
We showed it at a film festival, and we will never tell you, and you will never know how you can watch this.
Yeah.
But it is like, it's like, it's this is therapy. You just move in, cut all your prior contacts off. You immediately had to write your parents a note that's like, fuck you, I will never talk to you again.
That seems to be like that. What was the documentary? Wild Wild Country.
Mm-hmm.
About the
Rajneeshis.
The Rajneeshis, right? In the Pacific
Tough
Northwest.
Titties. That's the leader.
They would advertise in the classifieds of Rolling Stone, and the whole pitch was just like, free sex. Come fuck people. Like, shit was wild in the 70s, I think. That's
the pitch of a lot of those groups. I mean, like Children of God, that was they did flirty fishing, so that was fucking for Jesus.
Sure.
Like any of those, like Manson was about that. Like you come in and you can like have sex with everybody here.
Yeah.
That's what they're here for. Yeah, a lot of those were about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they beat each other up.
Makes you wonder why anyone bothered with the Scientologists, which that was definitely not their pitch.
Well, no, that you're looking for something different there. It's like, you want to spend all your money, like every little last cent of it, and never sleep.
Yeah. Sounds great.
Give all your money to a guy who...
I literally do that already, but I don't give it away to anyone.
Right. You want to give all your money to a science fiction author who is totally strung out on speed?
I guess he was kind of fucking everyone, wasn't he?
Maybe. I mean, he was really...
I just assume anyone on his own boat that wears a captain's hat is probably fucking everyone. I could be wrong.
There's a lot of amazing stories where he crosses over with the head of the Jet Propulsion Lab who got really into Aleister Crowley.
Right.
And then he stole that guy's boat and wife. It's all good.
I like that somehow our year in review episode has just ended with...
It's not ended, Dan. We got 15 minutes left.
Sex Cult's greatest hits.
Dan, who do you think is about to take over?
It's true.
If that's not a sex cult, then who is? These people are actual pervs.
Yeah, it's true.
These people, Dan, we're about to be taken over by a cult.
Yeah.
They are a cult. I just had to fight them on the streets in the suburbs. They carry on banners. They repeat slogans. It doesn't matter if he's right or wrong. He's right.
Right. Yeah.
He's got a new cologne out. I believe it's called Fight, Fight, Fight. Yeah.
Oh, no.
What does that smell like? Bad pants.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
I mean, like with everything, it smells like 1982.
I was going to say, I think it's probably just Drakkar Noir in Micah.
Yeah. Just smells like 1982.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to, he's got a cologne. He's got, his golden sneakers. I believe he has a new electric guitar you can buy.
Sure. Why not?
It's just, he's the new Franklin Mint of himself. And it's a cult. And if you don't do the stuff, and if you, yes, we have all joined a cult. Congratulations to us. That's why our brain went smooth.
Yeah, my brain really did go smooth. It's like the smoothest little... Looks like if you were to take an X-ray, which I almost called a Xerox. If you were to take a Xerox of my head right now, it would just be like a really large jelly belly in there, right? Like just a jelly bean. That exact shape.
What
probably
color?
The kind of buttery yellow colored one.
Okay.
Just in there, shining away, being smooth. Not a care in the world.
Do you ever look at your dog and think, you don't know about this? You don't know about any of this.
Yeah, I looked at my dog last night at 3 a.m. when she walked around, pacing around the house, crying. And I finally was like, oh, fuck, all right. Go outside. Nothing. No, there was no reason for it. There was no urgency. We have a lot of rabbits in our neighborhood, like just kind of urban rabbits with nothing that eats them. And so they're everywhere. And the dog loves nothing more than eating rabbit shit. Just constantly. And now that it's cold, like the true delicacy is frozen rabbit shit. Like
Wonderful.
Just little ice balls of poop. She will just, I have to yank her down the street most of the time to get her away from the especially heavy rabbit shitted areas. And so, last night, 3 a.m., suddenly we're outside and she's just eating rabbit shit. With reckless abandon. And I was like, Spotty, we're going to go back in. You're going to go right to sleep. And I'm going to be awake for 2 hours. And I was.
Sorry, Dan.
It's all right.
How you sleeping, Dan?
Not well. But I also, the thing is, I just have never slept well. I used to have a theory when I was young that because when I was a kid, almost all my friends were a grade or two ahead of me, even when I was little. And my whole theory was I don't sleep, so I'm older. I came up with that idea, I think it was in fourth grade, where I was I don't sleep, so I've lived a lot longer.
Yeah, you've just gotten more time.
Yeah.
You've banked it.
Yeah. But no, I never sleep. Like it's especially bad right now, but that is not really a deviation from the norm.
Well, I sort of the opposite. I require a lot of sleep. And certainly since the election, one thing that my body has done periodically has been like, and shutting you down. And then I just kind of go to sleep. It kind of out of, yeah, it's wild. It's just like, it's kind of a neurological thing that my systems are just like, it gets a little overloaded and then it just shuts down. You saw me do it the morning after the election. I was just looking at you and I was like, I got to go like right now.
You started kind of dipping your head down and then you were like, I got to go.
Yep. That meant that sometimes with I lose a little muscle control before it happens. And then, I was just like, sorry, it's not that I'm going to sleep. It's that I'm already not awake.
You're all Maureen out.
Sorry. Yeah. Bye. But Dan, soft. I'm about to go to England. My father-in-law's now gluten-free, so I'm going to bake gluten-free shortbread.
Oh, that's nice.
And carry it over in a little tin.
Oh, that's fun.
My brother and sister-in-law,
Ted
my
Lasso
nephews,
of you.
They're going to be there. They're apparently they may be getting a puppy. They have a dog now, a beautiful little whippet. She's great. She's going to be there, but apparently they're going to get her a puppy.
Okay.
There may be a puppy. Last year, there's the Yule log and the tea at 4 and the champagne at 6. And last year we did that big fire outside where my sister-in-law attended it all night long, like a bunch of wild women of the forest. Yeah.
Who did the pantomime this year?
I don't know. It wasn't me. Well, I did because it happened in March.
Oh, okay. But
theirs is weirdly in March.
Yours the pantomime to end the pantomimes, or is there someone else now?
No, I think someone else is doing it, but it was one of the things I did this year is I wrote the pantomime. Wrote a little pantomime.
Yeah. Wasn't even that little.
No, it was a lot of work.
It was a lot of work.
I was so, I really wish more people could have seen it because, man, I was really proud of one of these numbers. It was a little hard to pull off with, a bunch of like 10-year-olds. It was a little, I was like, I look like that fake documentary with John Mulaney is playing the guy who directs Company. And he's like just smoking and just like, oh, come on, kids. Take 65. Come on, let's go. Trying to make Arlene stretch. Okay, I'm in the weeds a little bit here. But Dan,
you should adapt it for the West End.
It's really good.
There you go.
Except it is bespoke for the children of this village.
But that could be the meta story, right? You just
apparently
need to
we were
package it. The play is about this town doing this play.
Apparently we were this close to being on one of the morning shows.
What happened?
They bumped us like for some real
dog
news.
Learned how to play football, and they were like, "Sorry, we got to go with that one."
Here's 15 dishes you can make while your country is falling apart. 7 great casseroles to eat while fascists are taking over.
Speaking of which, I don't want to bring it down, but I saw something today where my brain was like, "Nope," and hit the ejector button again, and it only just came back to me. Where Elon Musk is hanging out with Nigel Farage and has pledged to spend £100 million for the Reform Party.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those are the literal brown shirts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he spent $250 million for our brown shirts, so why not?
Yeah, I mean, we have exciting things to look forward to, like polio coming back.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be a good one.
Various parasites.
Yeah.
Measles.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Going out.
It's almost Christmas, Dan. It's almost Christmas.
It is almost Christmas.
Do your holiday shopping, guys. We're gonna roll into Dan. We're gonna bring a great energy into 2025 for SaysWhovia.
Yeah, we're gonna have a New Year's Day spectacular.
But I also do think that 2025 might be we actually literally need to stop making it hypothetical and build a compound. 2025, shit, it's real.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be real. It is.
Assista, you can donate on follow my link.
What's the URL?
Short URL at I need a better URL.
What?
Okay. I have it's like I asked it to make a better URL and it didn't work, so it's just kind of a weird URL. You have to look it up. I'll put it on the thingy.
It'll be on the thingy.
Put it on the thing.
And on that note, Says Who is made possible by you through your support of our Patreon at patreon.com/sayswho, where you get this pretty much every Sunday or so. Literally, there are like 220 episodes of the Town Watch over there. If you give it the $5 or $10 a month level, you get access to all of them. $10 a month level also gets you a sticker in the mail because you become a member of the world's most coveted club, the Says Who Sticker Club. That's all available to you at patreon.com/sayswho. Our theme music was performed by Ted Leo. Our logo was designed by Darth. You can contact us at sayswhopodcast.com on Blue Sky, at sayswhopodcast on Threads, and at sayswho at omfg.town on Mastodon. We are on all three because that's how you do it now. You can also email at hey, that is HEY at sayswhopodcast.com. Whatever you do, join the discussion on Facebook at /group/SaysWhovians. Our Facebook group is moderated by Janice Dillard. There is also the fan-run Discord server at tinyurl.com/sayswhodiscord. We'd love you to spread the word, subscribe, leave stars and reviews on Apple's Podcast, Spotify, or wherever it is that you listen. And you can join us January 1st,
woohoo,
2025. January 1st. We will ring in the new year together. It will literally be live and available to listen at 12:05 a.m. Central Time. So you can...
Yes, we're going to record it on New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve, why not?
Hey, baby, New Year's Eve. What do you do on New Year's Eve? I'm recording Says Who with Dan Thinker.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, it's a weird way of saying it.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine.
I don't think I should say it that way. I think
you could say it that way. You could just do the whole episode in that voice.
I don't know.
You could. That could be your 2025 voice.
I don't think anybody wants that.
We don't all get what we want. If we learned one thing this year, Maureen, it's that. Anyway, you can join us January 1st, 2025.
With our predictions for the year.
Start a rough year off right with us.
What do you think? Hey, Dan, what do you think's going to happen? Honestly, I think that's a pretty safe prediction. Have a happy holiday, I guess.
From my basement in Chicago, I'm Dan Sinker.
Come on, jolly it up, Dan. This has been Says Who You Got. Happy holidays.
Yay.
We could have done better, I think, not looking back on it to make it more.
I mean, just generally, not even about this episode in particular.
It's like
we could have done better.
I'm imagining strings of lights, but then you look closer and it's barbed wire.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
No, you guys erase that from your mind. Erase that. It's just lights. But don't touch it. I don't think it's up to code.
It's just lights, but if you touch it, you get shocked.
Honestly, I'm touching it.
Just to feel something.
It's the end of 2024. Just touch the wire.
One time when I was a child, I did not like our basement. It was spooky. And so I would come running down the stairs, and there was a light switch. It was a little bit high to turn on. And so I would kind of leap off a step, hit the light switch, turn it on, and then run in to grab the laundry or whatever was sending me downstairs. And one time, I don't know why, but they were doing something. And so the plate was not on the light switch. And so I jumped up and stuck my finger in the fucking light switch. It was like, it was like I was shot out of the air. Just flump, hit the ground.
Can I end this on a beautiful holiday story on a similar note?
Yes.
You know my aunt, the one that gave me empty peanut butter jars and had the bird that committed suicide used to smoke at it, and then she used to install a fridge in her room so she wouldn't have to look at my uncle, who was a professional racist. Every year, I would have to go over and put up their tree. It was like Maureen's fucking job.
Wow.
And they had an artificial tree that had the sockets built into the trunk.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah.
I would go put it up and decorate it for them. I don't know why they're like, make the kid do it. And I would do it, and the room would be dark, so I could, because it would light up. And there was my aunt and my uncle sitting there in the dark watching me work. And I was a teenager, and I had long nails.
Okay.
And I'm trying to like jack in the lights and stuff into the plug in the tree. And my nail went directly into the socket.
Zoom.
And I went flying back about 3 feet.
Yeah.
I got zapped by the goddamn Christmas tree at my weird aunt and uncle's house.
When I was in college, we never lived in a dorm or anything. I lived in an apartment with some friends. And my friend had a rabbit. And that rabbit was like a free range walk around the apartment rabbit. And it would chew on things. And it would chew on extension cords and stuff. And one time we were sitting in the living room, and suddenly there was a and all the lights went off, and the rabbit went shooting out from underneath the couch because it had chewed through the extension cord, and it went shooting literally all the way across the apartment.
Was it okay?
It was alive. Yeah, it lived to tell the tale. But
where was this energy at the beginning of the episode? We were talking about bullshit. What were we going to talk about? Minor electrical accidents that have to do with Christmas.
Electricity will really fuck you up.
Yeah, don't threaten
Thomas
me
Edison.
with a good time. Merry, whatever this is.